Sriakela, Professor and HOD in the Department of CSE in Potti Sriramulu Chalawada Mallikarjuna College of Engineering and Technology. He is a systems engineer, faculty, and experienced in all aspects of software, system operations, a relentless optimist who believes there is no failure, only feedback. We are so delightful to have you once again in this FDP session, sir, Dr. Patanjali Sastri Akela, and I would like to continue the session.
Okay, thank you, madam. And I would like to share my PPT right now. We'll get into that, madam. 1 minute. Madam, is my slide visible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay. Thank you. Okay, madam, there is some disturbance is going on. Okay, madam.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Good morning, everybody.
And sound.
Good morning, everybody. This criteria for deals with students' performance. I think. Okay. This criteria for deals with student performance, and as far as the NBA is concerned, this is an important criterion where they will look into how students are performing in various aspects. Before that, I want to tell you the student's career starts from the first year, right? So here in this particular criterion, they look up, they really assess how the students are performing right from the first year. They complete their engineering course. So the intention of this particular criterion is every college to look at usually what happens in the first year, the students' performance mostly will be like coming down, and there will be some glitches because of some glitches. It will come down. Again, we start pushing up from second year onwards till fourth year. Slowly, we try to improve their pass percentage and all those things. But the intention is not like that. If you look at what is this 4.1 talks about, enrollment ratio. So is nothing but it is very much related to branding of any organization, any institution. How I can tell that is, suppose if you want to maintain the sanction intake is given as 120, the admitted students, in order to see the whole 120 to join in our college. So that means our students, outside branding should be very good. That means the word of the mouth of the college or the students' placements or the students' activities within the campus. So all these things we have to look into. That's why student performance as a whole will be calculated in those aspects. So we will see that. And if students feel that they are very happy in the campus, then automatically all the 126 will be filled. So the NBA assessment team looks at the total number of students against the sanction intake. How many of them are joining? Whether the college is doing well. Madam, if you don't mind, there is some disturbance, madam. Traffic and all those things.
Principal, sir?
Something.
Sir, your audio is on, sir.
Yeah, let me check.
Yes. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. You please carry on, sir. Patanjali, sir.
Okay. Is it okay, madam? Actually, what they do is they look at how many students are admitted against sanction intake. So it is our duty to see that all the seats are filled. So for that, we have to do certain activities, or we have to, in order to improve the performance of the students, we need to put lot of effort in that. So that is the intention of 4.1. See, entire NBA, I keep listening even from the experienced faculty members. They say that we have to do lot of work for that, and lot of data has to be filled and all those things. So for the sake of data, we are not we are not we are not going to appear for NBA accreditation. It is our like what we have to do is we have to look at the processes which are provided by NBA and see and tailor it to our institutions improvement. That is very important. So here, if you look at, I have put a sample data considering that it is 2021. Suppose if I feel I'm going for accreditation in 2021, I have filled this. So in order to make you to understand. Now, this is current academic year, CAY, -1 is 1920, M2, M1, and CAY M2 means it is 2018-20, -2, and CAY -3. You can stop at CAY M2 also. But you can, for the, sometimes what they do is they look at M3. So that's why we have put this data also. So in your filing, try to put more like till M3. If at all you are doing well to some extent. Otherwise, we need to skip that particular M3 because we know very well that 3 years back and all, we may not be doing well. So once we feel that, okay, we have to go for NBA accreditation, then at that particular point of time, we start working and then we start implementing our processes to develop ourselves. So look at your data and accordingly you can have up to M2 or M3. You just what you call look your data, analyze it, and sit with your HODs and then think about it. So total number of students admitted in first year. So here I am talking about the very first row I want to do. Sanction intake of the program. So 120 is the sanction intake, assuming 2 sections. So 3 sections, 180, like that. So once you fill this first row, you look at what you call CAY, total number of students admitted in the first year. So you have some numbers minus number of students migrated to other programs. That you have to, some people, they due to transfer and all, they migrate to some other institutes. So that you have to subtract from this total number of students admitted. Sometimes some students may also join our college. So that you add to this total number of students. So that calculation you have to do. So it is only arithmetic operations, whatever we do, but we should have all the data regarding that. That is very important. So this is the first, second row. The third row talks about number of students admitted in the second year in the same batch via lateral entry. So 2021 lateral entry, how many of them are joining? That you have to calculate, and then you should add, because you cannot add it in CAY because now lateral entry students come to second year. So that's why you have to go to this -1 and add to this. That you have to be a little bit careful in filling the data. And likewise M3, because current year the lateral entry joins, but they will be in the second year. That you have to think. So you have to add that those students to second year, because first year, after completion of first year, they move to second year. Now lateral entry will be joined to second year. So that you have to take a little bit of what you call carefully. You have to look into that, and then add what you call these 12 students. Let us assume 12 students are added to 120. Who joined in 2019-20. So now these 12 students join in lateral entry, and they are now clubbed with the second year of 1920. That's why we have put like that. And here we have put nothing because no students have joined for this particular CAY. So like that. So this 2020-21 students, if they move to second year, then lateral entry will be joined to them in 2021-22. So like that. So this is about the third row. The fourth row talks about separate division students. Suppose if at all it is applicable for us, then we can add some physically challenged students. If at all you have students like that, then they come under this category. So let us assume that in 1819 we had some physically challenged students or impaired students. So like that. So those students will be added to the entire total. That means 120 who are admitted and 10 for lateral entry plus 2. So totally it comes to 132. Like that. So you calculate total number of students admitted. In the last row, you can see N1 plus N2 plus N3. N1 means total number of students admitted in the first year. Minus number of students migrated to other programs plus number of students migrated to this program. Then N2 is nothing but they are admitted in the second year via lateral entry. So that you have filled up. And third one, any separate division students are there in that particular year, that also you can put and then add them. So like that, we fill this particular table, and in the SAR, we will be doing that. But your enrollment ratio talks about that. So the first sub-criterion talks about what is the enrollment ratio. Okay. Now, how will you calculate the enrollment ratio? 117, if you look at this CAY, 117 divided by 120. Likewise, 132, you have to calculate that. That means 120 is full. So you are having 100% enrollment. So the 12 and all are they are from lateral entry. So here, the only thing is how many of them have joined against the sanction intake. That's all you have to take the ratio. The remaining things, the lateral entry and all will not be counted for the enrollment ratio. That you have to understand. Here, 120 by 120, 100%. Here also 120 by 120, 100%. But here, again, in 2017-18, it was 114 divided by 120. So it is almost 96%, something like that. So like that, you have to calculate. And then for that reason only, they ask you to fill up all these things. Now you look at here, we have separately drawn out this one, 117, 120 and all those things, and then we have filled it up. To calculate the enrollment ratio, so it is 0.975, 1, that means it's 100%, and here also in M2 it is 100%, but CAY it is 0.97. Now, what does it indicate? So our institution previously it was doing well. Now 3 students, they have not joined. So we need to take some measures to maintain again, to come back to the 100, how to make it. So you have to do some analysis on that. What happened? Why 3 students have, 3 students have not joined? Sometimes in many colleges it will be it will be 110 or sometimes 90 also. So they need to take, they need to do some causal analysis on that, and then arrive at some, they do some root cause analysis, and then arrive at some measures, what exactly have to be taken, so that in order to improve our enrollment ratio, what actions probably may be taken. So that's why NBA team asks you, well, okay, why it has happened like that? So what analysis you have done? So do you know what are the root causes for that? So have taken any measures to see that next time it will not occur. So like that they may ask. So for that reason only they ask you to fill this particular table. And when you look at how many marks are provided, see, greater than or equal to 90% students enrolled. If at all you take the average of all the 3 and see if it is going to be more than 90%, then 20 marks will be awarded. The entire marks which is given for this particular sub-criteria will be awarded to you. So see that you are above 90% always, and greater than or 80%. Will be given 18 marks, greater than or equal to 70%, again 16. Like that, proportionately they reduce the marks. So we should see that less than, again, greater than or equal to 60% is okay. Below that, they will not consider, and you will be awarded 0 for that. So that means they look at least more than half your enrollment ratio is like your students, actually for 120, here in this example, 60 students at least join. 2 sections, at least 1 section is joined or not. They look at like that. So beyond that, it has to go. So you always will be safer if at all you maintain, according to me, 70%. If at all a college is not doing well, if a college is a good, very good college, then automatically 90%. So in between 70 and 90, you need to do some analysis. So why it is only 70 or why it is only 80 this time? What I have to do to make it as 90 or above that? So what we need to do increase the what you call admission. So that we have to think. For that reason, they ask for this. Are you doing any analysis over that? Then the second important thing is how your enrollment increases. So we need to look into that. It's a question what we have to put. One is the students' results should be good. The outgoing batch or the current semester's students who are all there in second year or third year or even fourth year, if at all they are doing well in terms of results, then automatically you are imparting students, your teaching and learning process is very good. So they consider like that, number one. The second thing is how the success rate really going to impact your branding. That's what exactly they want to look at. And you need, this success rate is very, very important for any head of the department or the principal of the college in order to see how the departments are doing. Now, here I want to talk about how to improve the success rate. Usually I started with the first year. The first year, usually what happens, it comes around, some colleges, they come around 60%, and some colleges even 40%, the pass percentage. If at all you do like that, then if at all, let us assume that it is 50% for first year. Now, remaining 50% means they are all having backlogs. That means tomorrow, in order to improve that 50%, like these students are having backlogs now, so they want to improve them so that when these people complete the next year or the subsequent year or the fourth year, automatically this 50% should be improved to some 70%. More than that, you can't go beyond it. Sometimes you cannot make 100%. So if at all you look at the first year itself, whose success rate is always 80%, then automatically you can improve it to 90% in the. That's why we need to take this particular success rate, which is measured in MBA, as a very serious factor or serious. We call it as a performance index. So you have to look into this particular parameter very seriously and work it out right from the first year. Now you see there are two different ways they measure. One is success rate without backlogs. Means throughout his course of study for 4 years, even in one semester, a student should not get any backlog. That is called as without backlog. Without backlog success index means, suppose some XYZ 3 students who have started their first year, they complete, by the time they complete their fourth year, they should not have any backlogs in any of the semester. So success rate without backlogs, if at all you concentrate more, means if you want to do that, means you have to concentrate that from the first year itself. So we need to go back what exactly, because you know very well that what are the difficult subjects, in your first semester. So you group them and see that more results are, that means nobody fails in that particular subject. So difficult subjects you group in one cluster and easy subjects you group in another cluster. So concentrate more on the difficult subjects so that nobody will fail in that particular. So that's why this particular success rate usually falls for every institution, because what we normally do is we don't look at this particular criterion in NBA, how it is going to really help to improve your results in the first year itself. We will not concentrate on that. That's the reason. So here you see the calculation and all. Number of students, if you look at this last column, number of students who have successfully graduated without backlogs in any semester, that is called as success rate without backlogs. any semester, any year, they should not get any backlog. So that data you try to fill it up, because here why I have put the table is tomorrow if you want to fill it will help you. So the current year, just now people joined. So you here everything is blocked because they have not completed even first year. Now, second 1920 means they must be in the second year. Sorry, they must be getting the first year's results. So you place it here, and they are now in second year. And now M2, so there are 2 years results are out. So that's why you fill these two columns. And for 17, 18 students now, third year should be completed. So up to this, you will be filling the data. And for the 16, 20, they have moved out recently. Let us assume that so far no examinations have been conducted, that's okay. But let us assume that they have moved out. So with this, these many students have been successfully completed without any backlogs in any semester. So they calculate like 44 divided by 126. What is coming to you? That means when you have that kind of what you call analysis, automatically you want to improve. Next time this 44 should be made to, now it is only 46 here, but it may be around 50, 60. Then 60 can be made to 70. So, sorry, I have to go up. So 44 should be made to 60. 60 should be made to 70. So if you don't do this analysis, but here there is an improvement. 35 to 46, 46 to, again, there's a small slump. So that means something happened here. So what is that really? How many students have from the first year? How many students here? There is no that much difference. 52 to 4 students have not. There is a difference between 52 and 56 in the first year results, where 4 students have not completed. They would have failed either in second semester. So they would have failed in second semester. That's why it is like that. So this analysis will make you to understand, right? In order to improve our success rate, we need to first concentrate on the first year itself. So first year itself, you put your efforts and concentrate and have very good results without any backlog. No student should fail, because students come with 80% and 90%. I have seen those people also will fail in BTech first semester and second semester. But if you really correlate how they got 80 and 90, why they are, at least they are not getting 40%. So there is some problem with teaching that we have to understand and improve that. So that's why this particular metric is very, very important. Success rate without backlog in any year of study or any semester of the study. So how we calculate success index for this particular 4.2.1 success rate without backlog? What we do is number of students who graduated from the program without backlog divided by number of students admitted in the first year of that batch and admitted in the second year via lateral entry, and separate division if at all it is there, because we have already calculated all these things here. So we have to take this value and we replace it to get the success index. And when you average all these 3 years, then you get what you call, when you calculate the success index, then average for M1, M2 and M3, and you come out with, they are called as past 3 batches. Past 3 batches means you should not consider CAY. CAY -1, -2 and -3. So CA -1, -2, -3. Take that and then you calculate the success index without backlogs, then take the mean of that, and then here what you have to do is 25 into that average. You calculate it, because this particular index carries 25 marks. So how much you are going to get, that will be calculated. So that is why we are going to look at this success rate without backlogs as a very serious factor. Now comes, it is success rate in a stipulated period. Either the student, suppose some students may get backlogs in second semester, and in third semester they may complete it. Or if they get backlogs in the first semester, they may complete in the sixth semester, whatever it may be. But by the time they move out of this campus, backlog, that means you look at only the passed out students. So that you calculate, that is nothing but that index is called as success rate in a stipulated period. They have completed their course, but in between they might have got some backlogs. Those things, that particular index may be high when compared with the previous index. But what NBA looks at is why that success index without that is very, very low. Do you put any efforts in that? Do you have any action plan in that to improve it? Those things will be asked. So we must be very careful in doing that, because if at all before you submit your essay, or if at all you do all these things, you cannot show any causal analysis. At least those like your colleges, they are going for MBA in the next year, or the what you call 2022-23. Those people can really concentrate on these two indexes. So that is why I have taken time to explain you what. So here, 100% students clear without any backlogs. If at all, it is like that. It is very, very difficult. Even nobody can achieve it. But I don't know whether somebody has achieved. Then all the 40 marks will be awarded. You don't have to do this, because already your success index without backlogs will be filled. It will fetch you the entire 40 marks. Here the 40 marks is divided into 25 plus 15. 25 for without backlogs. More weightage is given to that. Why it has been given more weightage means you have to concentrate on that. And 50 marks is given for the stipulated period, those who are completing the stipulated period. So if at all it is 100 without any backlogs, then 40 marks will be given then and there. Okay. Now, this is another important metric. What they do is every year they calculate academic performance of the students. For faculty also, they are calculating CAS. We are having CAS. We are also monitored on academic performance. So APA, we call it as academic performance index. Similar way, the students are monitored for this academic performance. Now, fourth year already you have done here. In this particular slide, but for third year, what is that? And for second year, what is that? You have to calculate it. That is given 15 marks. So now, when you look at the academic performance of the students in the third year, so here, what is this academic performance index? Mean of the third year grade point. Suppose your university is following grade point, then you take mean of the grade point, and then you multiply with successful students. You calculate separately how many successful students are there in third year divided by number of students appeared in the examination. That you have to calculate and multiply that with the mean of the third year grade point. That you have to do, and then calculate your APA. Suppose some universities follow the percentage of marks. So for them, this bold, you don't have to do that, but what you can do is mean of the percentage of the marks of all the successful students in the third year divided by 10. That is the calculation you have to do. That you multiply with, like previously, the success students divided by number of students appeared in the examination. That will provide you the academic performance index. This also you try to calculate and see how much you are getting. So that is very important. This is also a parameter where you try to improve. So for this third year, what is my APA? That you have to calculate. So academic performance is calculated with 1.5 into the average APA. For last, what you call now for CAY, you can calculate CAY M1 and M2. Because it need not be the outgoing batch. You can do it for what you call any of the current academic year. You calculate it for because second year is there and third year is there. So you can calculate for CAY minus 1, CAY minus 2. Suppose if at all just now the batch has started. Let us assume that in June you are having NBA. Then you have to go back to the assessment years. That means CAY minus 1, minus 2, minus 3. Because now you have not got any results. So you go back to the assessment year and then calculate it. But what they normally do is, here they say that we at least one assessment year we try to calculate, but they will calculate for all the assessment years. They ask us to bring the data and see whether we have done that exercise or not. So be careful that till -3, please have your data done for all the parameters, whatever is being shown. Assessment year is nothing but the outgoing batch. Outgoing batch went in -M1. That means this is called as CAY, current academic year. Current academic year minus 1 is called as assessment year. Current academic year minus 2 is called as assessment year, that is M1. Current year minus 3 is called as assessment year M2. Assessment year is nothing but the previous year. The second assessment year is nothing but CAY minus 2. The third assessment year is CAY minus 3. Assessment is nothing but the entire course is completed. After that, they assess everything. It's called as assessment year. But here, CAY, we call it as current academic year. These are the two terminologies what they use. The assessment year is different, academic year is different. I think Dr. JLN would have clarified that. Now, similarly, academic performance in the second year also you need to calculate. This is for third year, this is for second year. So the similar way we try to calculate all those things. So sometimes for the first year, if you see, all are successful students because nobody we keep them, because who are permitted to proceed to the next year is called as what you call successful students. So here successful students is nothing but for first year, we try to, even if they have backlogs, we move them to the next year. But in the second year, what we try to do is, depending upon number of credits, we try to reduce the, we detain the students and all those things will come. So for first year, successful students is nothing but 100% everybody will be students, even though if they have backlogs. That we have to understand. Now, this particular parameter is also the placement, higher studies, and entrepreneurship. These are three different parameters what they look at. Normally, entrepreneurship, in most of the colleges, it will not be there. In universities and autonomous colleges, 1 or 2 people may be there, or in some colleges, 1 or 2 people may be going for. They have their own startups. They own their own businesses. It is not that they continue their parent business. We should not consider them. I have seen some of the colleges, they consider their parent and they say he's also entrepreneur. No. If they go with only like whatever he has learned in his discipline, if he has any startup or any company related to his electronics, suppose if you say ECE or CSC or in EEE, if he has, suppose he has completed electrical, if he is having his own business related to that particular discipline, they consider that. If he completes EEE and he's having some government shop, means they will not consider that as entrepreneurship. So that we have to understand. I've seen some of the colleges mention that also it is not correct. And they will not consider, even who am I to tell it is not correct, but somebody who assesses will say that. And this you have to be a little bit careful, like what exactly they are doing. Are they having their own business in their own discipline? That you have to look into that. And for this, how to improve this entrepreneurship means you need to organize some seminars. There is something called as MSME. People out there, government will support some, they will conduct some workshops on that. So you better bring those people and then create some awareness to the students where to invest and how to get investment from government, and banks, how they provide the loans for them. And there are some companies or some organizations, they provide some seed money to the students who have their own startups. So they create some idea-thon, something like that, or in that idea-thon, they list out the students. If at all they like it, then they start seeding, put their seed amount in that. So those that kind of environment should be created within the campus. Every time we cannot say that results alone is the work of an engineer. And as an engineer, he is having the characteristics. We know very well that the attributes, engineers' attributes are nothing but those P12, P1 to P12. The program outcomes are given to you. So program outcomes are given to you means they are called as graduate attributes. So the attribute is nothing but the characteristic. As a graduate, as an engineering graduate, what are the characteristics I should possess? So if you look at all the PO1 to PO12, you see they must be in a position to use modern tools. They must be in a position to do analysis. They must be in a position to support the society. and they have to do some, they should have some project management techniques. So everything is given in that. So we need to satisfy all those things. I have seen some of the people telling that I want only the marks and all those things. Marks will come. You see, many of them who are really passing should be doing many things at a time. In various aspects, they will be. So you try to create that kind of environment. It is not that if at all somebody is telling I like only in extracurricular activities, then definitely he cannot contribute anything to what you call education. But the person who is contributing himself in co-curricular activities, like what you call your research and development and project-based learning and product development, they are called as co-curricular activities. Extracurricular activities, they participate in some dance and all those things. So we should see that more of your students must be concentrating on co-curricular activities, and you should identify them in the first year itself. They have talent, but what we try to do is when the results are falling down in the first year, the instinct of learning is killed in the first year itself. We are doing that, and automatically the person with 4 or 5 backlogs come to the second semester or moving to the second year. Automatically, what he considers himself, okay, let me first complete the backlogs, so I may concentrate on some results and all those things. He doesn't go in a different directions. So you have to create an environment where career goals are set up in the first year itself. Many colleges will not do that. Career-oriented goals must be set up. And how to improve the counseling system should be very, very perfect. I want to throw some light on that. Counselors, what happens, from my experience, I'm telling you, the counselors should know what is happening in the industry first. And they should know how the industries are working. They should know various career paths for the students. So they have to at least have a LinkedIn account. The faculty are expected to have that. Why? Because they will get a lot of connections with different people. Either it can be IIT professors, it can be NIT professors, it can be industry people and HR people. So it is our fundamental duty as a faculty to interact with these people, understand what is happening outside, what is happening in various primary institutions, how, and you can also have fix some industrial visit to the students, because you have no rapport with those people. So if you don't create any rapport, automatically all these things will fall down. That we have to understand. So that's why criteria for talks about everything. How to improve them? Entrepreneurship is not is some in charge we put. That in charge has to take care of that. It will not happen at all. That in charge is a person who will definitely coordinate with everybody. And then suppose he wants to organize some workshop on a particular, I just told you the MSME people, we want to bring them. He will coordinate those activities. But ultimately, the faculty has to tell that I know that person. Why can't you organize? Why can't you help me to organize that particular seminar with him? He's a very nice person. You bring him, you talk, you speak to him, you bring that person. So like that, higher studies, what are the universities exist? There are some universities which are going to provide you free education in Germany, something like that, Italy. So you understand all those things. So as a counselor, you must be able to guide the students. So that is what is expected. So if at all you are not doing those things, then automatically placement is the job of TPO. Higher studies is the job of the students only, and entrepreneurship is the job of the students only. So if you leave like that, then the improvement will not be seen in 4.5 at all. So placement, in order to improve the placement, we need to work within the department. The HOD has the major role in working, because HOD should be visiting the industries. How can he make his faculty to how he can motivate them to, at least he has to tell that we know this industry, we can organize some industrial workshop with them, or otherwise we can make our students go there and work. At least you can ask those people, because if you keep on visiting the industries whenever you get free time, then automatically you get rapport with industries. So what kind of technology is now going in industry, that you understand, and you make your students work on that. So automatically they get the technical knowledge. Thereby, many people they say, I want core placements, what do you call the placements in core industries. How will you get it? See, 90% of the jobs are from software only. And today, software industry works in a different mode. You people think that it is related to computer science and engineering and IT. No, I worked in the software industry. I'm telling you, software industry will have all the verticals. Manufacturing, retail, you are having a banking sector, you are having healthcare, you are having high tech, you are having what do you call life sciences. Many sectors are there, space science. So when you look into what you call how software company works, in every domain they develop the software, they give the solutions. So our students, that's why they ask, we don't mind what you call whether it's mechanical or electrical or civil or whoever it will be, we take them, because once they are into the industry, software industry, they just make them to understand the coding part. That technical part is nothing but the coding part. They will make them to learn very quickly. Here they are spending 4 years to learn how to do programming. There within 15 days they will do programming. Even the metallurgy students can do that. So that is the way they train the students. So here you don't have to worry about it, but you encourage your students such a way that it is not related to CSC alone or IT alone. It is related to everybody. Software industry provides solutions to all the domains that you have to understand. That is one way. So, and having told all these things, some people will say, I want only the core industry like BEL. So electronic students say, I want to work in BEL, or I want to work in some UTA technologies. So like that. So what happens, you try to meet those industries which are existing in regionally. Some industries may be there like Haftronics. So you can go and meet the CEO, and then you just tell what exactly we are doing. Or sometimes you may have to go to Hyderabad and Bangalore, more electronic Delhi. So try to go to the industries and develop some rapport in many industries, so that at least you can place your students for internships in these areas. Thereby, you can, after joining as an intern, automatically you will become, you will be observed in the company. So like that, you can improve the placements also. It is not the duty of TPO alone. TPO only can bring the companies. He will talk to the HR and bring the companies. But if at all they are not technically good, the companies may not take in technical interview. If at all they are not doing well, then automatically you will not get the placements. So it is the duty of the faculty in the concerned discipline to train the students in the emerging technologies. If at all they are not going to keep up the technologies or fresh with the changing technology, automatically they will not be absorbed. So if placements are not there for a particular discipline, means it is the fault of that particular discipline only. Like suppose the electrical department or CSC or civil, if at all they are not getting placement, it is their own fault. So they need to rectify. That's why they measure. They are not asking TPO for the placements. They are asking your department for the placements. What is the placement rate of your department? That reflects a lot. All these things, whatever I have told you, will definitely should be looked into, and then try to improve over that. See, we may relate to salaries and all those things that I know very well, because all these things are always there. But as a good professor or good faculty, if at all you are working like this, you will have chances to work in anywhere, in any college, in any industry also sometimes. If industry feels that yes, you are technically good, they may also observe you. So that's why you get many chances about this, whatever you are doing. So try to understand and develop yourself doing all these things. I again suggest you at least every faculty should have at least have a LinkedIn account initially. That is very much required. If you have that, you have connections with many people. Try to speak to them. Try to send some message or mails, and then slowly you develop the rapport. Automatically, you feel yourself that you can do anything in the world. So that's all I can tell about that. I know this will work. This has to work because otherwise you cannot improve the placements in your department. That is one. Then higher studies are up to the students, but you should create an environment where these people should understand GRE, GMAT. You make them to undergo some training in the NPTEL, and you use some websites where these GRE papers and GMAT papers are there. So that the students will get papers are there. So in that, I keep listening that you can also take get related questions in the class, which is very difficult because you have multi-complex students with multi-complexity. Yeah, normally bright students will go for GATE, but that if at all you start discussing them, the other side of the students, like those who get around 50 to 60 may not be interested in that. So it should be taken separately. So you have a separate hour for that, and then you can discuss GATE questions if at all you want. That is one way. Otherwise, you give some sources to them, so that you can improve higher studies also within the department. Some students will get attracted to higher studies. They don't want to go for placement. So they will be around 10%, let us assume. Those 10% should be properly, justifiably, encouraged by the counselors or by the faculty. So this also should be looked into. And finally, the entrepreneurship should also be looked into. So all these things, if at all, they look at for the 3 assessment years. So last 3 assessment years, are you really improving or not? If at all you are not improving, nothing is going to happen. You may lose the marks or something like that, but at least they may say that you have not improved that. This out of 40, if at all you try for 30, that is better for you to improve your total score, no? So every metric is very, very important. So, and coming to the professional activities, this also many colleges I've seen even they will not have IE, Institution of Engineers, and IEEE. All these things are different professional societies, and you can make your students join there. And some people say that okay, it costs around 1,400 or something like that. You may prefer some IE, Institute of Engineers, and I've given the list here. If you see, for CECE, EEE, and CSE, it is going to be IEEE. You mandatorily make them to join. At least 50% of the class, if at all they join, then automatically they can have student chapters. Lot of events can be organized under this IEEE chapter, and wherever IEEE events go, those will be communicated to your chapters. So that is the way you can organize one way and attend on the other way. So like that, and ACM for computer science students, it will be, or sometimes electronics also nowadays. We are having IoT and all those things, robotics, which are interdisciplinary. You can also use this. And IE, it's a national, and all branches can go for that. Institution of Engineers, at least. And mechanical engineers, ASME, it's mandatory. They have to, like your IEEE, they have to go for ASME, and NSP is free for all students. And all branches can go for that. It's an international one where it is free for the students alone. So you can make your students join here. IING is free for everybody, including faculty. So they can go and join here. And IET, all branches are eligible for that, but they have to pay a small amount for that. And AAI is for artificial intelligence. If at all we have a branch, we need to go for this Association for the Advancement of Artificial Intelligence. So separately, we have to take membership. At least you try to join 20 students in that. Slowly, you try to improve the what you call the population. Nowadays, we are given what you call artificial intelligence and ML as a new what you call branch under a new program under a branch. Whether it is CSC or ECE. So it is better for you to go for Association for Advancement of Artificial Intelligence and Association for Women in Computing. That all the women faculty can go for that. It is need not be your CSC alone. ECE is very much applicable for that. They can go and join in AWC. Only women will be there. They will be organizing the women in computing, they call. So they will organize and you will be communicated regarding that. So you can understand the women empowerment in various industries, because many top speakers or CEOs, the women CEOs will come and then address the gathering. So these are the advantages of having what you call societies in chapter. ICE for civil, IETE, again ECE, ISTE, all branches can go for that. ACCE is national fund, it is for civil. So like that, you are having many what you call professional societies. You can open student chapters and start organizing the engineering events using any of these. And what they look at is availability and activities of professional society. First is available. If it is there, yes. After that, the activities comes. For that, you will get 3 marks. And number and quality of engineering events. The quality should be there. Like some event you conduct and then say that it has been conducted by IEEE. They will not agree to that. But you see the quality of let us assume that 5G technology. I have I conducted a workshop. So that you can conduct under IEEE, it will have its own weightage. So you can organize that at your institution. You call other people to join. That is very important. Other students from other institutions. And provide a separate list. They look for this actually, that 2 marks and 3 marks will be those 5 marks you get only if you provide a separate list for each level. That means at the institute level, what you have done. State level, what you have done. National level, what you have done. International level, what you have done. Even at least you should have institution and state level, minimum. International is nothing but a conference. They can hold a conference, international seminar, international conference and all. But in the body, you need to see that the international people come and then that other countries people come and then address the gathering. So you have to showcase that. So showcasing is different. According to me, for the sake of doing documentation, whatever we do, I will not agree. We have to follow, we have to utilize the process provided by the NBA. And coming to 4.6, 20 marks are awarded and subdivisions are there. One is the publications of technical magazines. And every department should have its own newsletter, magazines like that, because this will be, you can keep it in your website also as e-magazine or e-newsletter. You can show that. What is the advantage of that is, whenever students, they want to join your institution, they look at your website first. Once they get into the discipline, suppose I want to join in CSC. If I get into CSC, I should see the newsletter. Then they get into that. They see what is happening in CSC, what happened in that, what are the various seminars, workshops happen. So they will get attracted. For that reason, you need to publish whatever has happened at your department level. That should be compiled and with photographs, with neat photographs, and with everything, your faculty. Faculty achievements may be there, students' achievements may be there, and you would have organized some professional society workshops, seminars. So all these things will be showcased in that technical magazines and newsletters. So that should be properly kept as a every year you can have clear. Some people will have for semester. If at all you feel that okay, I can have for 1 year, they will not tell anything. But at least you must be showing them. For suppose you write in your minutes that we have our own newsletter for yearly we bring out the newsletters or technical magazine. That technical magazine is different, newsletter is different. So that if you see, I can publish once in a year. If at all you say like that, then follow it. then show them that this is the year in 1670 I have play, this is our technical magazine. 1890 this is like that you have to show them. And quality and relevance of the contents they will look at and the print material. If you have all spelling mistakes, grammatical mistakes, so many things for the sake of MBA, if you have done, they will easily understand that. So you should not do that. So see that it will improve your branding. With that, you feel that if you keep with that intention, automatically the quality will be good. So it will really lead to the branding of my department. If at all you feel like that, then automatically you see the quality of your contents and quality of your magazine or research. Again, the participation of the students from the program. They look at how many of them are participating and who are the students, what are their performances, what they have done. Okay, and participation from outside also they do. How many of them have participated? So documentary evidences will be shown to them. And what is the documentary evidence they look at? One is the technical magazine or newsletter as per the frequency what we have mentioned, number one. Second thing is students' participation. They have to, how they, you say that for the sake of developing the technology, you keep some, what you call photographs and then write something. During the interaction, they will note down some of the points here, some of the events, and then they go to a student and then ask, okay, do you know this event happened in your college? They say, I don't know, sir, that's it. So what is the, now you lose all the, what you call, 5 marks related to that, and also your reputation will come down before them, and they feel that, okay, everything will be like that, only let me check again, once again. So they go back. So let us not give that kind of impression before the people. Let us work towards that and then bring out a very good technical magazine, very good newsletters. See that events happen, events are published in that. So students also can refer that at their homes. They can show, even the pictures are there in the newsletters or magazines, automatically they show them to their parents and relatives. They will be happy. So for that reason, it should go like that. So that is very important. And finally, you have participation in inter-institute events. I have seen many events we conduct, and we see our students attend only those. Encourage them to go to some institutes which are higher than us. If at all you feel some institution is good, I don't want to name them. Let us not name it. I can say IITs and NITs are premier institutions, and some deemed to be universities. If at all you feel that they are all good institutes, if at all our students participate in those institutes, the events in those institutes conducted by those institutes, automatically the students will have that kind of confidence. The confidence will be elevated slowly. So make them to go to other institutes and participate in them. So that is very important. That's why this metric they have kept. They have given marks for that. If at all they are participating in your institution only, they will not get anything. So this particular parameter will say they should go outside. One is within the state, one is outside the state. They go to some Delhi, some Netaji Institute of Technology, that triple IT is there. So there they are participating. So they get more marks. They can see how many students are going there and then presenting the papers. Or they are participating in some product expo. Like that you try, how can you make your students go outside? If at all they are not doing something different, you cannot make them to do that. So this particular metric will make you to do something different, to motivate the students in different lines. So the head of the department, if at all they are there in the group, I'm requesting them to identify some of the faculty members who are having that kind of mindset, where they can work on some product development. They're good in coding. They can motivate the students. They have a lot of ideas with regard to the societal related problems. So how to bring the solution. So you identify few faculty members, motivate them, and you connect some students to those faculty members. Even for a particular semester, if you have 20 students like that, it's enough. They will do a better job. They will do fantastically. They will come out and they will join in very good companies, because they get the technical knowledge by working in these products. or by working in the research areas where the faculty are interested. So automatically they get some idea in the domain, they get the domain knowledge as well as the technical knowledge. So when they go for interviews, automatically your employment will be improving. So you see, this is the parameter what you have placed. Placement will improve because they get the knowledge. Once they go for interview, if the person other side, if they ask, okay, in this college, what do you feel that there is something called as achievement in your life? Then the person say, I have developed this product and I got second prize or first prize. So then you will ask, what is the problem? So like that, what technology you use. So it will not be in the academics what he has undergone. It will be on the project what he has worked, on the research project on which he has worked. So automatically you will be observed in the company on the other way. So like that, there are many ways to improve the competency of the students and thereby improving the competency of the faculty also, because sometimes students also they have very good ideas where we may not be good in that. So we can also learn because all the faculty are continuous learners and all the students are we call it as lifelong learners, and all the students are also lifelong learners. Every person in the world who is existing on the who is on the earth is a continuous learner. They learn from many sources. So thereby you will be improving. So this kind of environment has to be created. Okay, so prices and awards, whatever they get. So these things will be measured. So quality of the events and documentary evidences received in such events they measure. They give 5 marks for that. Once they get award, two or three people you show per year, automatically you get full marks. So the heads of the department should, I go back and then right from the beginning, I want to tell, then for the enrollment ratio to improve, you see, don't you feel that all these things are connected to that? That we have to look into. How the student joins in the college, they look at first placements, second, the activities that are happening, third one, the kind of companies where they are observed. So like that, everything is interrelated. Finally, that will improve the enrollment. So all these things should be flowing to that. That's why fourth criterion is very important, and the HODs are I'm also like the head of the department of a particular department. So if at all we look into that, including me, we need to concentrate on these things. That's what the lessons learned for when we went for this MBA. We learned such lessons. Okay, MBA is not for what a gamut of what we are doing. MBA is something, the processes are well defined, and every parameter is like the intentionally they have kept it. So we need to understand it first, and how you tailor to your processes in your college. What is your vision? You try to map all these processes to that vision. That is very important. So thank you for giving me this opportunity, and any queries in this regard, I may like to answer. Hello.
Thank you, sir.
Yes.
Participants,
Thank you.
what, madam?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much, Dr. Patanjali Sastry Akila, sir, for being as a resource person for today's session too. You have given us a very wonderful information about students' performance, how to improve them, and you have also focused on women empowerment and how to choose which type of technical events to be conducted in our college at different levels like state level, national level, and international level. You have given a valuable information on newsletters, technical magazines in each department too, sir. Now I request the coordinator of this FDP program, Dr. P. Uma Devi Madam of HNS department, to continue the session. And I request all
Excuse me, madam.
I request all the participants to be nominated. Madam,
There was a question in the chat to the
Yes.
Patanjali sir.
Yes, ma'am. Please.
What about discontinued students in 4.1 enrollment ratio, sir? This was the question posted in the chat.
What is that, madam?
What about the discontinued students in
Hmm.
4.1 enrollment ratio?
Okay, discontinued students means as good as detained students, right? So discontinuing is what they are moving out of the campus. We will not calculate them. See, in the second year, these students are there. Let us assume. In the third year, some student they have discontinued. This is as good as detained. That's all. So they will not be calculated in the next year. And in the enrollment is different. Enrollment means the admitted students against the sanctioned intake. That we calculate. So students and enrollment is nothing but admitted students against the sanctioned intake. That we have to calculate. How many students are admitted? That is very important. And over a period of time, what to try to put in M1, some student, let us assume 2 students have moved out. So you subtract that from your admitted students. That's it. So they will question you why they have discontinued. What is the reason? Whether they have got job or they have because of so many backlogs they have left means what you are putting you are ending up your own problems. You are getting into your own problems by telling that. That means more why they get more backlogs in that. So that's why when we want to we should see that students should not dropouts should be very much minimized. They are called as dropouts. Even they are as good as detained. That's all. You have to subtract it. That's it.
Thank you so much, sir.
And JLN is there. Actually, Dr. JLN is there. Dr. JLN is also there in the.
Principal, sir.
I think he must be in some
Tell me,
other.
sir.
Sir. Is it correct or?
Yeah. Good.
Okay. So it is as good as detained, madam. We have to subtract that's it in the subsequent years. We are not going to do anything with that.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Thank you, sir, for clarifying our doubt. Now I request Uma Madam to continue the session.
So shall I come out, madam?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Thank
sir.
you. Thank you.
Now we are having online test, sir.
Okay. I will come out, madam.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you for being with us today, sir.
Yeah. Thank you.
So meet you on another day, sir.
Yes.
I'm requesting
In the chat,
One minute.
Madam.
Madam, sir.
question in the chat. What about after detaining students, if they are joined in current year, where do add those student count? Sir,
Patanjali, sir.
Yeah. Tell me, ma'am. Question. What is the question?
what about after detaining students, if they are joined in current year,
Yes.
so
Actually,
to add those students count?
it's like this, madam.
This was the question posted in the chat, sir.
Yeah, madam. We'll give you the solution at the last, madam. Hello, madam.
Sir.
It is like this, madam.
Sir.
If the student suppose detained in a particular academic year, he will join in the next academic year, right? He will join the next academic year. Here you have to keep that student in that year, madam, not in this year. I think that doubt is clarified, I think.
Sir, this is a question posted in the chat by some other person, sir.
No, okay, no problem, madam.
SARK.
Okay, no problem. It is like this, madam. You please check that. The detained student will join in the next academic year, right, madam? We have to add his information in that year. That's how it should be. I hope we'll have a discussion at the last, madam, question and answer session. We'll discuss that again. Yeah. Proceed, madam.
Pratap sir. Pratap sir.
Madam.
Can you give the instruction, sir? I already posted
yes.
that link on the chat box. Dear participants, a link of the quiz is posted on the chat box. All of you go through it. The instructions are given by one of the coordinator, by Pratap Kumar sir, Department of Degree. Over to sir.
Thank you, madam. Good afternoon to one and all. The instructions about the online quiz already sent to your WhatsApp and chat box also. I request all the participants, please do participate in the online quiz.
At the time of joining, if you have any queries, please ask free. I request all participants, please join myquiz.com. There you have to enter the game code 598720 and also write your name. Pratap sir, do you want to?
Madam.
Sir, చెప్పండి.
Close in, madam. ఒక నిమిషం. I request all the participants, please click on www.joinmyquiz.com or https.joinmyquiz.com. After click on join again -quiz. After that, it asks some game code. Please enter the game code. That code is 598720, which is already shared in WhatsApp group. And click on start a game.